Hello everybody, welcome back to On the Bright Side. My name is Daniel and I am watching FRIEREN. Last time on FRIEREN, we entered the dungeon, which immediately presented us with a host of problems. Well, it's different for each team. Every team went about it differently. We mostly focused on FRIEREN's team, in which we got to see FRIEREN's love of exploring dungeons, thanks to Himel's influence, of course, and how that has then affected Fern. But we also got to see Denken's team and a lot of the battles that they had to face. Ultimately, though, it ended with the true danger of this dungeon revealing itself, which is that replicas of the people who enter it are spawned, I guess. And Denken's team has come across a replica of FRIEREN. And if they're perfect copies, those guys are fucked. So yeah, if you guys are excited for more FRIEREN, we're getting close to the end of the season. After this, there will only be 4 episodes left. So if you don't want to miss me trying to marathon those as fast as possible, then you should do yourself a favor and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single FRIEREN reaction going forward. Anyway, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, we're out here now. Water mirror fiend. Okay. Ewig. Okay, explain. Okay. Right. I thought she was a pacifist. I like it. Do we have different ideas of what a pacifist is? I would say no fighting, but okay. We should get the fuck. Oh my god. That was so cool. Good luck, y'all. Oh yeah, you two. We haven't seen. Are you okay? Uh-oh. So he got hurt and she stole, the replica stole. Perfect copy means perfect copy. Damn. Well, that thing doesn't talk. I guess it's not perfect. Ooh. What's your fascination? I'm bleeding out. You gotta get that bottle back. Who knows? What are you having like a twice moment here? Yeah, that's what should happen. Or I defeat myself. Oh man, I want to see what Ubel's got against herself. We're getting more animation. I'm taking off the jacket. You're gonna bring this place down on top of you. God, I'm afraid. What'd you do? So, nice. That was a clone, huh? The bottle was cloned too. God damn, dude. God. What a weird, perfect duo. I really have grown to like both of these characters. What an interesting pair. Are you sure? Do you know about false walls? Haven't you played Dark Souls?
この壁の奥に隠し部屋がある。
Dark Souls.
きっとお宝だよ。
Or a mimic. You always get that feeling. Get off the floor. Oh my god. Nice. That's a lot more movement than I thought there was gonna be. Oh my god, what kind of mechanism is this? I know it's just a bunch of cubes, but why would that... It was so well animated. FRIEREN is so proud of herself. So where did we end up? Ooh.
これほど保存状態のいい統一王朝期の壁画は
Dang.
初めて見た。
Could be...
価値ある発見だ。
We could be millionaires for discovering this. I say millionaires, but like... Gold coin heirs. I don't know. It's pretty cool. The real treasure was the friends we made along the way.
かもしれないね。
Oh, hi. You guys need
ど
help?
うしたの？
You're in there. That thing. FRIEREN's all like, yikes.
ダンジョン攻略はこうで
She's so hyped.
ない。
I feel like FRIEREN and Fern
確かにあれは
will work really well and could probably overpower it
私
themselves, but maybe we all work together.
あれがもしも私を完全に再現した
Oh
もの
yeah,
だ
you
と
would
したら
know your weaknesses.
弱点は生身の魔法使いと同じかな。
高速魔法か精神操作魔法だ。
どちらにも耐性があるけれども。
Not me.
そういう小細工は得意だろう。
Oh?
得意というほどではありませんが。
She's so
では
tall.
失礼して。
Alright. Thanks for the hug. I appreciate it.
高速魔法が通用しませんね。いい匂い。
Hug.
大きな魔力差がな。次は私の目を見てください。
Oh god.
精神操作魔法も無理ですね。
Yeah? What did I just say?
さんの精神防御が破れません。
Possessive. Alright. This is my huggable elf. That's so funny.
専門家なら脆弱性をつけるかもしれません。エイデル2級魔法使いなら可能かと。ですが私と違って戦闘能力は皆無な人なので、それに大前
Was
提
she
と
the
して
one with the
精神操作魔法は
two
相手に
dudes?
心
Yeah, I guess that is her. Is this sense? Oh god. Yeah, you drew a short straw as well.
そもそも現代魔法がダンジョン戦闘に適していません。
Yeah, we stopped having to
ほとんどのダンジョンが攻略された弊害じゃな。
do that for a while.
あの紙には幾重もの魔法がかけられておる。
Yeah, we're not seeing Sense's full power. She's not gonna help us out, but I have a feeling that she'd be able to get through this. I guess this is the end of their test.
お前の声は通らないのか。
Voice. Is that her hypnosis? Yeah. What is she? Is she a Bene Gesserit? Like the voice?
できるとすればせいぜいひざまずかせて隙を作る程度じゃ。相手に心があればの話じゃが。
Oh boy. Oh my god. She didn't seem that like crazy when we first saw her, but but you can find structural weak points. Oh my god! It did not kneel. It did not kneel. Well, break all your bottles. Hello? Oh my god! That was so cool looking. These golems are so funny.
合格者を出すつもりなんて初めからないんだよ。
No, she intended for people to pass. Just like she wasn't gonna make it easy. What are you doing, bro? You're the one who broke off from all the group. What are you? You waiting? You waiting for someone to find the correct path? Great. Oh shit, this music. War of attrition. Got it. At some point, they'll slip up.
ただ思った通り相性は悪くなさそうだ
Good defense.
シャルクを圧倒できる
Oh, cool. Like bullets. Use the environment. Boom! Nice one. Now you're out in the open.
状況だろうとな
God, I love all of these fights. They've all been super cool.
それでしたら
Yes?
もしかしたら私フリーレンさんを殺せるかもしれません
Yeah? I mean, you know her. Why would you end the episode there? That's a crazy line. I might be able to kill Miss FRIEREN. Alright then. That was an episode. Lot of action, a lot of good animation. I do want to say this about the animation. If you're familiar with how anime production kind of works, there really is like a trend of shows that are 2 cours, which means that like more than 12 episodes, like 24. Usually in the second half, you can notice some amount of quality decrease in the animation. Pretty much without fail for a show that is trying to do a lot of action. You see it like every time in My Hero Academia, despite Jujutsu Kaisen constantly looking amazing. I would say that Jujutsu Kaisen did definitely look a little bit rough in the second half of season 2, but still amazing. Anyway, it's like being all like, yeah, this team's rough work is like better than the vast majority of anime. But for FRIEREN, I constantly talk about how impressive it is that the quality remains. And I think that's a good way of visualizing it. Consider the fact that the talented team behind Jujutsu Kaisen had to do shortcuts when it came to the second half of season 2. They had to lower the animation quality. You can kind of see this in some of like the animators who are like Keiichiro Watanabe's cuts in the second half are much more simple than they were in his other cuts of the show, despite them still looking amazing because he is extremely talented. There is a definite dip. I have not noticed that dip at all in this show. I've talked about this a lot. I don't know if people are getting annoyed by this, but I don't know, just like the process of animating is such like a fascinating like process to me, and it's so cool how it all comes together, and I'm so impressed by the people that do it. I just have to praise it whenever I notice that it's really good. And the fact that this show is so well produced, they can make it so that the normal like drop in quality doesn't happen. Like, I'd say we haven't peaked in terms of animation like we did in the first season with like Stark versus the Dragon, or the episode with Fern versus Lugner. I mean, it's still pretty crazy. There are a couple of scenes of animation. The ones that get me are the ones that do really impressive background work. I am fascinated and always impressed by background animation. For people who don't really know what that means, so obviously all the characters are drawn and animated, but usually the backgrounds are done by a completely different art team that specializes in that. But sometimes, to be really dynamic and full of movement, the animators will animate the background as well. And I'm just like, you're animating both a character and a background in tandem, in the same shot. It's really impressive to me. And there were a couple of really good ones, like where Sense was like swinging with her hair, and where Ubel was fighting herself. I don't know why I didn't like, when I started this show, usually I'm pretty keen on which shows have good animation, and I kind of try to watch ones that people say do have good animation, but it's something that I didn't really hear about this show before I watched it. Although that being said, I did watch it like when it was coming out, so. But it's just such a joy to like watch a show like this, where I started it with zero expectations. And now I'm here, and I'm like, yeah, it might be one of my favorite shows I've ever watched. I'm talking about this here because, plot-wise, not a lot happened this episode. It was mostly a couple of characters dealing with these replicas. We can talk about each of those. So Ubel and Land versus replica Ubel. Replica Land is somewhere. I've talked about in the past, their relationship is very interesting. I don't ship too many characters in this show. Actually, that's not true. Because I've been like, oh, Stark and Fern, excellent. Kane and Levine, excellent. Who we still haven't seen too much. We saw them running past, and now I'm like, Ubel and Land, and I'm like, I think it's the show's fault. I think they want me to feel this way. I wonder if, by the end of this, they're going to continue to travel with each other. I don't know what the end point of their interactions are. Ubel is trying to empathize, which I think I said that it might lead her to, being less psychotic. However, she's trying to empathize with Land, who seems to have his own issues. Definite trust issues. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about their relationship because I was thinking about it. And I actually think I now see the endpoint in my head. Through their interactions, Land is going to learn to trust Ubel. And honestly, I think Ubel's trying to empathize with him. I did air quotes because I think it's all just kind of a lie that she's saying in order to spend more time with him because she's actually starting to like being in his presence. And I mean, it's a really good dynamic if that's the case. I think they will soften each other's edges out. I also really liked how much faith Ubel had in Land to save her this episode. I don't know. It's surprising how much I've enjoyed their interactions. Otherwise, we had Ebel and her two dudes. I call them her goons because, what else? And we got to learn more about... She seemed a lot more, I don't know. The first time we saw her probably gave a bad impression where she was just all when she was mad at us for freezing over the lake and tried to melt it. But she actually is more competent than I thought. She has the voice. I know that's it's not unique to Dune, but since I just watched the second movie, it is on my mind. So, also Dune may have been one of the first to influence pop culture at large for mind control voices. I don't know. But unfortunately she got stabbed and had to take the golem out. I love when the golems show up. Those things are crazy. Imagine if we had to fight those things. I think we'd lose. I'm glad that the power put into those things are used for good. I wonder how they work, actually. Maybe it's a thing of, they only are able to exist for a certain period of time, enough to get them out of the dungeon, and then they stop working. So that gives them a lot of magical power for a short period of time. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. But we also got to see Wirbel's group fighting themselves. And it's funny that both sides are just yep, we're war of attritioning this. But Wirbel's having a good time. He's a really good strategist. And he seems to have fought these things before. I think they're going to be fine. The big question is, how do we defeat FRIEREN? And Fern thinks she knows a way, which checks out. I was going to say, I think Fern and FRIEREN enough probably could have been able to defeat FRIEREN, but having a lot more people is definitely a help. Yeah, Fern knows FRIEREN almost better than... FRIEREN's very self-aware, and she's had a long time to understand herself. But even the most self-aware person doesn't really know their own weaknesses. There will always be a bias. So Fern can come at the situation with no bias. Yeah, I guess we're gonna see what she can do. I've kind of been hyped for this arc to have more really awesome Fern moments because she's so good. I love everything about her as a character. I love that moment where FRIEREN got hugged and Fern's like, "This is mine." And I'm like, that's so funny. It's more important character-wise than think at first glance because it really shows how much FRIEREN has helped Fern. I think Fern would probably assert she's not good at expressing her emotions, but if you asked her, I think she would probably say that FRIEREN probably saved her life. Taking her on this journey has saved her. It makes sense that she would be a little bit possessive. They're really close. It's a really good relationship. We kind of saw that she's like, she really admires FRIEREN as well in weird situations, like when she did the seduction technique. It was, Fern was like, oh my god. Like, the only way that you're like possibly have that reaction is if she really knows FRIEREN. So I don't know, I just like that coming out in various forms in this episode. Their relationship was the first relationship that was really established in this show for a reason, because, well, besides FRIEREN's relationship with Himel, but that those are like the core, like the emotional cores of this entire show. Yeah, I'm really excited to see how we kill FRIEREN next episode. If you guys are excited to kill FRIEREN, then you should do yourself a favor and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss the murder. And if you like my reaction to this episode, you can let me know by leaving a like. And you can comment. Tell me what you thought about this episode. Anyway, I hope that I can make your day better, and I hope that you continue to have good days. Until next time, take it easy, everyone.